Hello guys, and welcome back to another video. So I'm in my BMW E65 series today, and we are over in Wolverhampton at Alloy Refresh, and that is because I'm going to get my wheels professionally refurbished. Now essentially I want to try and guide you guys through the processes as best as possible and really just showcase what these guys can do, because they do a professional job, and that is why I chose to come to these guys, because yeah, they really know their stuff when it comes to wheel refurbishment. So I think what we'll do is we'll get outside and go check out the place and then see what's up. So now that we have the car in then, so what's all this going on then?
So this is just basic car covers, seat covers, mats, just keep general things clean, tidy, respectable. You don't get things dirty.
Yeah, that's good to see. Okay then, so the car is now in the workshop. Roger is just getting up in the air to whip the wheels off. Okay then, so as you can see, the car is up in the air. All of the wheels are now off. And what are we going to be doing now?
Stripping tyres.
So we're going to be taking the tyres off, removing all the valves, removing the air. So how come you actually put the grease on when you're removing then?
So for this particular tyre, it's quite tight. So
Quite tight?
Quite tight. So it's a low profile tyre. It can be a little bit difficult getting off. So for this particular wheel, we'll grease it beforehand just to minimise the risk of tearing.
Yeah.
Just so tyres are a little bit easy to remove.
What's this we're going to be doing now then?
So we're checking for buckles.
Okay. And is there like a tolerance that is acceptable?
Within reason. Generally you can get them to balance straight, they're pretty good, but it's all worth checking anyway.
Yeah. Just removing the weights now, are you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, the shape of the wheel.
Oh yeah, so they've been on there quite a while
Been
then.
there a while.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is the other front wheel going on, isn't it? Yeah. Let's check this.
That's absolutely fine.
Yeah, it looks good to me.
Nothing wrong with that at all. spin.
Yep. Okay, so this is actually one of the rear wheels that has the flat spot on, and we already know it's going to be pretty buckled. As you can see, that is not spinning true. Okay then, so this is actually going to be pretty much it for today. So we have 3 of the wheels here. That one's not mine. So we have 3 of the wheels here, and then we have the one that will require straightening. That is this one over here, but we're going to get onto that tomorrow morning. But in the meantime, we thought it'd actually be a good idea for Roger to show me how to remove a tyre, which I've never done before, and I thought it would be quite fun to see. So let's get on to that.
Yeah. So tap off, pour out. It's not just a screw. Yep. And then you want to press this pedal. Yep. Second one, hold it together. So be quite brave. It's going to it'll do any kind of thing. As soon as the tyre's gone in, like the band. And then a little bit, so straight on. You want to clamp your wheel in, tap pedal, point it down, back up. That's it, roll it all around. Then a bit more bending. There you go. Okay. You're going to sit your arm up, and so put them the thing. Yep. Just grease it all up. Yep. Let's get it all in there. Yeah. If you give it a good pull, it will go. Come on. It will go. There we go. Keep going, yeah? Yep. So you're going to get over the knuckle. That's it. Go there and quick tap. There we go. Got it right. That's it. So if you just pull down on that, and then spin it. There you go. One bar out. That's it. Far left hand on. Spin the arm back up. There you go. That's all right. Very cool.
Okay then, so that is the cover over the car. That is going to stay where it is until tomorrow. Okay then, so because we actually have some time to kill today, I thought it would actually be a good opportunity to show you what Alloy Refresh can actually do fully mobile. So, you know, I didn't really know what to expect when walking into the back of one of these vans, but as you can see, they pretty much have the entire, you know, workshop built up into the back of the van, which is you know, pretty cool to see. So what's this then?
Time machine.
So this is to remove the tyres from the wheels, and this is
prep bench. That's where we do all our sanding.
Yeah, cool.
Cool. And this is our booth. That's where we do all our cooking, painting, spraying, colouring, whatever you like.
It's crazy how all this is just in the back of a van. Okay then, so another day at Alloy Refresh. Let's see what they've been up to since I've been gone. Okay then, so here we have James. Yeah, pleased to meet you. So here are my wheels right here. Well, here's 3 of them anyway. So what's been going on with these then so far?
Okay, well first of all, your 4th wheel has got a buckle in it.
Yep.
Due to the time constraints, we've already done the buckle, and that's now in the acid dip.
Yep.
Getting to this stage. The next step after this is to have to go into the sandblaster.
Yep.
To have all of the residue and debris blasted off. And then the final prep before powder coating is that we give them a hand sand over the far side. That's not that exciting. It literally is, we use an orbital sander to take off any of the rough edges, and then we key the face ready for the powder coating process.
Right, okay, yeah. And here is the 4th wheel then. This is the one that had the huge flat spot on it. I'm just looking around the wheel now. I cannot find even where that buckle was, but it was really quite bad. The wheel was not spinning anywhere near to true, but yeah, it's going to be so much better to have a nice round wheel from now on. But yeah, these have been, you know, completely dipped in acid to strip down to the bare metal. And next step for these is to go into the sandblaster.
Okay then, so now we're moving on to the sandblasting of the wheels. As you can see, the first wheel is inside. And I'm just going to get Matt to start on this wheel. And here is the finished product after sandblasting. And then it goes on it to be sanded by hand, is it? Okay then, so I just thought I would show you an example of what they can do as well. So as you see with this wheel here, it is a Range Rover wheel, and as you can see, does have a crack in it. So this is going to go for welding, and then it's going to come back and it's going to get refurbished. So that is what it looks like at the moment, and then we'll have a look what it looks like when it comes back. And this is what the wheels look like after being sandblasted and sanded by hand. And as you can see, they are very smooth now. These are pretty much ready for powder coating, and this is actually one of the rear wheels that has been welded previously. And let me just find it. There it is. So as you can see, the weld is not flush with the wheel. You actually have a couple of options. You know, you can take the weld down flush with the wheel. That is something that Alloy Refresh will do. You know, it's up to the customer at the end of the day. But by taking the weld right down so it's flush with the inside of the wheel, you are actually going to lose the strength of the weld. So I've been advised to keep it as it is, just to ensure that, you know, it's as strong as possible. But yeah, as you can see, this has all been flattened down. That's nice and smooth now, so it should have a good nice seal with the tyre when that's back on. But yeah, I just thought I'd point that out, because I know a few of you guys are probably going to be like, why is that weld, you know, still like that? But it's like that for a reason. Okay then, so I thought I'd actually have a little go myself at, you know, sandblasting one of the wheels. So this is something, again, that I've never done before. So yeah, let's see how I get on. And now I'm going to have a go at actually sanding it myself as well. So we'll see how we get on. And now that these have been blown off, they actually go into the oven, where they'll be hung up, and then they are left to sweat for 30 minutes to an hour to remove all of the moisture from the wheel. Okay, so now then the wheels have been in the oven and they've been sweating for a good half an hour. It's time to take them out and get ready to start powder coating.
straight back into the oven. Damn, it's hot in here. Next one comes out. As you can see, all 4 wheels are now back in the oven. They are now back in the oven for 10 minutes, and then they are going to half cure, and then they're going to come back out again, and they're going to be lacquered. Okay then, so the wheels have actually been in the oven for about 10 minutes or so. Just got the door open, just to let them cool down a bit, and we're going to take them out, take them over to here, and then they're going to be lacquered. First lacquered wheel back in the oven. There's the second wheel in. There's the third one in. And that's the 4th wheel back in the oven. Okay then, so as you can see, they are out of the oven now. They've just got to sit to cool for about 30 minutes. They're looking so good though. Okay then, so now that the wheels have properly cooled down, it's time to put the tyres back on, and they're going to be balanced, of course. Now the good thing about Alloy Refresh is that they actually let you have a choice of colour for your wheel weight. So obviously I'll be having the silver ones, but say for example you had the black wheels, you could go for the black weights. You're balancing them. Yeah. And now with the tyre back on, the wheel can be balanced. These numbers here, that's basically what you need to add to that's your weight.
It's showing us the amount of weight needs adding and the position on the wheel that it needs to be added.
Right, okay.
Now there's very little that sticks to powder coat, so we actually put a few dabs of super glue on as well to stop them coming off.
Yeah.
Because 40 is quite a lot to put on, I'm going to spin it up again to see if that's impacted the other side.
Yeah.
So it has impacted. It's got that side down to 0, but now it wants another 20. So it's gone down to 10, which is within tolerance. There's no easy way to do this, you just got to persist.
Could you explain why you're doing this? Is that okay?
Yeah, absolutely. So the reason behind this is that the powder coat never sits completely level, and the point where it meets the hub, you want to have a good true level marriage of the two. If you don't clean this off, over time the powder coat will deteriorate on this mating surface, and that will alter the torque of the lug nuts that you've attached the wheel back onto the car with. So we clean it up now. That means that you get a good true mating between the two surfaces, and there should be no real deterioration in the torque settings. Obviously we always recommend that you check the torque of the wheels after doing 50 or so miles, but I doubt that you'll see any change in it.
Okay then, so this is the rear wheel that actually has the weld in it, so it'll be interesting just to see how out of balance it is. As you can see, there is the weld, and this is how we're looking. Would you say that's pretty good?
That's not bad for one that's being welded.
Yeah. Okay then, so this is the other rear wheel now. This is the one that actually had the buckle in it. So we're going to spin that up and see what it ends up with once we've added the weights. And just take a look at that, that is brilliant.
I'm happy with that, that's within tolerance.
And that's the one that had the nasty buckle in as well.
So I've done the locking ones, I'm just going to go around and check the rest.
Yeah. Okay then, so it is pretty much job done, and we're going to show you exactly how these new freshly refurbished wheels look. Take a look at them. They look absolutely amazing. They look so good, especially in the sun. Okay then, so we are back home, and I honestly cannot believe just how good my wheels now look. I just want to go ahead and say a massive thank you to Roger and the team over at Alloy Refresh. You were very hospitable, you know, you were happy to answer any questions that I had, and you really just made me feel at home. And it's fair to say that you did go above and beyond to make sure that the service that I was provided was top notch. Now obviously I just had my wheels powder coated, and I did have one of the wheels straightened after it was buckled quite badly, but it is important to note that, you know, Alloy Refresh will do pretty much whatever you want with your wheels, you know, so they do diamond cutting, they do these split rims, they do pretty much anything you want done to your wheels, and they also do paint your brake calipers as well, which I'm kind of considering having done with them at the same time. I think that would really just finish the car off. But yeah, you know, if you do need anything from them, or if you do want to inquire, I will leave all of their details down in the description box below. I would highly recommend you check them out, because in terms of quality, I really do not think these guys, you know, can be beaten. So I would definitely consider taking your car to them. And if you do decide on taking your car to them, then it will definitely be in good hands. Okay then, so I also want to thank all of you guys as well for watching this video. I hope it has been interesting. It's definitely been interesting from my perspective, really just to see kind of behind the scenes, you know, to see the processes step by step. And I hope it's been, you know, easy enough to follow along for you guys as well. But yeah, I've had a lot of, you know, good fun the past couple of days. It's been a real insight into the trades of wheel refurbishment. So yeah, I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. If you have, please give this video a like, leave a comment down below, subscribe if you have not already done so, and I will see you all in that next one. Peace.